Do you have a job that the average person doesn't even know exists? I cut eyes out of dead people. I am an eye bank technician. I surgically remove corneas and whole eyes from donors for cornea transplants and research. I think most people don't want to know about my job. Well, when I die, I'll be seeing you, or not. Physical hydrogeologist. I image the ground using water flows. I'm a channel manager at a YouTube network. I basically get paid to watch and maintain YouTube channels all day. My job didn't exist when I was in college. I didn't get it, but I once applied for a job as a heritage officer. Sounded normal enough, but it involved basically going around cemeteries photographing graves and keeping a log of them. It was so unusual I was desperate for it, not to mention working alone and out in the fresh air. So what do you? Oh, look at graves. I am responsible for breaking toys and write reports about them, how they break. A totally different job from my previous job, using promotions from online casinos to earn a living and travel the world. I sell Lego pieces. I buy bulk Lego sets, normally from Amazon or whoever else online has the best deals, part out the pieces, and list them individually on my online store. My customers are generally one of two people. Adults who want 1,000 of something, but don't want to buy 100 of a set to get it, such as a red 2x4 brick to build an enormous structure. Parents whose kid wants a specific minifigure that happens to only come in a set that costs a lot of money. The kid doesn't want super duper playset number 12, he wants the Gold Ninja. So instead of spending $130 for the big set, they can spend $15 on just the figure, and it works out well for both of us. Generally, I can part out a set for around 200 to 250% of its purchase price more if I find it on clearance or in a really good sale. My wife and I also make monthly trips to our nearest Lego store one state over to buy hundreds of dollars of pick-a-brick pieces to put into our inventory. Our store is still pretty small, but there are many people who have become wealthy doing it after a lot of hard work. It requires some initial investment, willingness to run to the post office to occasionally ship a 3-cent part, and excellent customer service skills. The largest hazard of the job. Your chances of stepping on a Lego in the middle of the night go up substantially when you have over 100,000 pieces in the house. I test toilet paper. I work for a contracted company in a paper mill and test toilet paper, paper towels, and facial tissue using specialized machinery. In other words, I keep your butt happy. I am an assistant for an escort service. I lost my real and pretty good job about a month ago. Now I schedule appointments for escorts. Most of my friends know my mom thinks I am a personal assistant. I kinda am. For a while I repaired books at a library. I think most people assume that when books get old they are thrown away and bought new unless they are collectible. Well, the composition of books in a research university's library is very different from a local branch library, and almost everything we had was collectible in some way. Not necessarily monetarily valuable, but often rare. Any early 90s books about local economic policies, and proceedings from city council meetings, and a whole lot of grad theses that had not been checked out once since their publication. I once spent 4 hours gluing pictures of sad clowns into a book. I'm a professional prosthesis bra fitter. I fit women who have had a mastectomy. Usually women who have had breast cancer. I put handles on coffins. That's it. Most people know someone makes coffins. They don't know that you can have the job to just put the handles on. Equine sports massage therapist. Not quite my job yet, but finishing certification in May. Not me, but one of my best friends writes jingles for commercials. Advertising firms fly him out to Nashville like once every other month for a week and tell him what kind of vibe they want, and he just thinks of 30 seconds of goofy shit to give them. Not me, but my aunt is one of the leaders of the ski patrol at Breckenridge Ski Mountain in Colorado. One of her many jobs there is to fly around in helicopters and throw dynamite out the window in order to set off avalanches before someone does it accidentally. I make pig feed. They aren't just fed corn. A lot of science involved. Their diets change almost monthly with the weather, so we are constantly changing the nutrients we give them. Also a little nugget that blows my mind. Pigs naturally will bite each other's tails off as a dominance thing. like squirrels do. However, simply increasing their magnesium in the diet will make them not bite each other. For some reason, it has a calming effect on them. I work in nuclear power plants around the country when they shut down every 18 months or so. I go inside reactors and refurbish and test motor actuators on valves to ensure safe operating conditions. A few quick things in case anyone is curious. No, it's nothing like The Simpsons. Yes, I am exposed to radiation, and no, I don't glow at night. This exposure is constantly monitored and relatively safe. It is a very well-paid job, but somewhat dangerous due to safety concerns and high levels of quality we must adhere to. I make people do a shot of Screech, kiss a codfish, and say funny thing. My official job title is Screecher Inner. It's a tourism job for the province of Newfoundland, and I do it every day over the summer, twice a day. It's a tradition here for welcoming people to the island, and is basically the best job ever. I write instruction manuals for installing various equipment. Even the people I work with do not know what I do. I am a range safety officer. I walk endless miles up and down a firing line full of grown children with loaded guns and correct them when they do stupid shit. Having a loaded gun pointed at me doesn't faze me anymore, partly because I'm desensitized, partly because I hate my job and the sweet release of death would be the next best thing to just punching my manager and quitting. I regulate motion pictures for the government. Meaning, I spend my days watching movies before they are released and reviewing pornography before it can be sold in stores or shown in booths. I'm an orthoepist. I work at an audiobook publisher, where I research the correct pronunciation of people, places, things, and foreign languages, so that the actors reading the books sound like they know what they're talking about. As far as I know, there are only 2 of us in the country. I string tennis raquettes. My only clients are the 1% in town. I trim medical marijuana for dispensaries. I met this guy at a bar that told me he trims pot. I asked him if it was the medical stuff, and he told me. Hell no, man, it's full out illegal. I don't give a fuck. I think I had been talking to him for 5 minutes. Thank you for watching this video to the end. In the comments below the video, write about what jobs people don't know exist. And also be sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss new super interesting videos, and I advise you to watch our other videos.